Alright guys, this is your boy DJ Wolf here. I got finished listening to the Black Summit on Revolt TV. And I got some opinions about what I've heard. Some of them you may not like. This is DJ Wolf Live. All right. Coming up after this podcast, I'm going to speak about the latest situation with Kevin Hart and then mistress of his. All right. Now, I just got finished listening to the Black Summit from Revolt TV, talking about the Republicans and Democrats and black empowerment and all that stuff. I'm going to tell you, this is my take. Some of y'all ain't gonna like it. Now, don't get me wrong. I like T.I. as a rapper. I like him as an actor. But as far as his political side of the house, he don't have a whole lot of that. Number one, he's not extremely active on the political side. And number two, he's an entertainer. You know. So I wasn't really crazy about some of his answers. I think he tried, they were talking about Candice Owens trying to dance around specific questions, but T.I. was doing the same damn thing. You know. I think the first part when she was talking about, 74% of black single mothers and all that, and about boys, a high percentage of the young black men who didn't know how to read, she was right. But Negroes didn't want to talk about that. They want to talk about slavery. They want to talk about other stuff. And T.I. facilitated in them not talking about that. I'm going to tell you, T.I. wasn't, they were talking about, T.I. owned Candice. No, he didn't really own Candice like that. And people were saying that because they rep T.I. and they thought, T.I. was just taking to the tail so they don't like Candice. And I'm not going to lie. I'm not a fan of Candice Owens myself. There's some things that she said I didn't like myself. Now specifically with this summit, though. She said a lot of stuff about what she said in the summit that she was actually correct about. You know, she was. Whether you like it or not, oh well. But she was stating a lot of facts. You know. And Killer Mike actually was a better, and I'm not, how can I put it? I'm not 100% sold on Killer Mike, but he did bring a lot of valid points too. Matter of fact, his points were more valid than T.I.'s was. You know? And I had to ride with him a lot of what he said as well. But the summit, debate, whatever you want to call it, he won, and I felt that Candice should have been heard. You may not agree with everything she said, but she needs to be heard because a lot of what she said, a lot of black people do not want to talk about what we're kind of doing to ourselves that throws into the fire what we're constantly dealing with is perpetuating this single black mothers struggling to raise kids by themselves. Many of them do. You know, and I know a few personally who talk about, I'm strong, I'm empowered, and all of that, but you're struggling. Kids, I can tell you from a father's perspective, is not the easiest, as far as raising them, is not the easiest thing to do for a man, let alone a woman. A man taking to the reins of these kids and deal with them and keep them in line, but it's not easy. I'll say as a man, it's not. So I know you catch hell as a mother, you know, but that women's live perception is like always about, yeah, you're a strong black woman, you can raise them kids like you don't need no man. Yeah, that's a bunch of bullshit, as we've been finding out year after year. You know, and people have been trying to tell you all the time, that's not a good structured life for children to not have both parents. I'm sorry. And then you had some people, I don't remember if it was this podcast or another podcast, no, it was another podcast, where they're talking about, that's a European idea to have both parents. No, it ain't, motherfucker. That ain't just a European idea. That was an idea in African countries as well. What are you talking about? Really? That's stupid. And how stupid of you to even want to go with a concept about not wanting to raise a kid with the father not in their life. That's dumb, foolhardy, and dangerous. It's all three. It's all three. But nevertheless, the summit was okay. He brought some valid points. The only problem I got is the one problem I have when we do all these summits and shit, is that all we ever do is talk. We never resolve anything. We just talk about what we need to do. But we never put any plans in place, and we never get shit done. You know, one of the reasons why we can't get much done is because the fact that people don't put the money where their mouth is. They're always waiting for somebody else to do it. You know, there's like several people I talk to who have lost loved ones in the past, and include myself, where many family members don't try to pitch in to help out with ensuring the loved one's buried. They always wait for that one particular person to come up with all the goddamn money and planning to do everything. You know, same process. And in political perspectives, it's just like that. You wait for the one person to be the savior to take care of everybody. In lies a big problem in itself. We talk a lot of game. We need to come together and talk about it. Yeah, that's the whole problem. We always talking, but we waiting on the one person to take care of everything. This is what's holding us down right here. You know, talk is cheap. You know, you could talk for free. Hell, I talk on this podcast for less than a pair of slacks, a good jeans, a month. You know, and I enjoy it. But if all you gonna do, I'm talking about on the political perspective, all you gonna do is just talk and bring big celebrities in, like big celebrities have power. They don't. You know. Their power structure is in the money, but it's not. And the money is a resource from what they do as entertainers. They have no political pull. You know, they have no. They don't have any pulling from lawmakers per se, from lawmakers and stuff like that, because they're not in that industry. You know, people get twisted way too much around here, man. Man, I ain't gonna car up on that shit real tight. It's crazy. And that's one of the problems I have with when it comes to this stuff, because we had a couple of celebrities that was on this dais, particularly Killer Mike and T.I. I don't know anybody that T.I. is actually repping per se. Killer Mike, I know, is repping Bernie Sanders. And he's directly involved with Bernie Sanders on a lot of things, even though I do not agree with Bernie Sanders on some issues, particularly reparations. You know, you remember that thing I talked about a while back where Bernie Sanders was talking about what does reparations. Killer Mike didn't mention much about that. Surprisingly, because Bernie Sanders don't rep it himself. That's the only issue I got with Killer Mike on, was that. But otherwise, he talked a great game about self-empowerment and stuff like that. And like I said, Candice Owens, a lot of what she said wasn't really bad talk. It was facts. You know, I listened to her. But black people don't want to take accountability for a lot of the stuff that she's saying to be facts, because a lot of it pertains to them. You know, we always want to hear the good things about things that we do, but we never want to hear about the reality of what we need to do to improve on ourselves and our structure. We don't want to hear that. I noticed that. I mean, I'm talking about black people right across the boards like that, which to this day I still don't understand. I got family members like that don't want, you want to tell them about, oh, this is what you need to do. You don't tell me what to do. I mean, no, it's just a suggestion. But you don't need to tell me. Okay, well, I won't tell you. I won't say shit to your monkey ass. Oh, yeah, I said it. That'd be pissing me off. It's funny how black people like to go and like to read your wallet and spend what's in your pocket, but then when you tell them about something they need to be doing, they don't want to hear it. That's a stark contradiction within our culture. Like, hey, you just wait there. I'm always trying to get over. You know, they don't want to hear it. It's a one-sided issue when it comes to us, man. Talk the talk, but don't want to walk the walk. This goes on all the freaking time. What are y'all doing? Really, what are y'all doing? I was trying to get over it, and I can't get over it. This idiot is riding both lanes. Forget it, man. You know. But you know, it's ridiculous, man. We do ridiculous stuff out here. We do a lot of double talking out here in these streets. We really do. We talk the talk, but we hate to walk the walk. You know, they got an opinion about one thing, but don't want to rep what's real about it. You know. But like I said again, it's always about, oh, well, we want to hear what you really think about how good we are and blah, 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 and all this other bullshit. But don't want to be, you know, deal with the reality of things, man. Come on, man, what are you doing? Oh, God. You know, you don't want to hear with facts. No one wants to hear facts. No one wants to hear facts. You know. It's all about kissing my ass, lathering it up. That's what they, you know, and like I said, Candice Owens, like I said, I don't agree with some of the stuff she said, but a lot of stuff that she says is true. But then people say, she's a coon. Okay, but who's the bigger coon? Somebody who's going to tell you about reality that's going on in your community that you won't recognize? Or somebody's going to give you a false narrative about how good you really are all the time? Think about it. I'd rather you be honest with me so I can improve on myself. You know? But then you got some Negroes who are going to say, well, we know what to do, but then you don't do it. You know, you're waiting for somebody to do it for you. And that's just what comes around to what I'm saying earlier. You know? You're waiting on that one person to be the savior for everybody. You know? The one guy on the panel had the nerve to refer to people, them guys on this panel, as leaders. Who the fuck they lead? T.I. ain't leading nobody. Killer Mike ain't leading nobody. Those other panelists aren't leading. Candice Owens definitely ain't leading nobody. Come on. They are not leaders. None of them have any real political clout. None of them. The only one that probably does is Killer Mike because he admits Bernie Sanders is his master. I mean, he kind of did insinuate that. Choose a master. He kept saying that. He kept referencing that the whole time. I'm like, really? No one's my master. I'm my own master. Me, as a man. I'm master of my own destiny. You know? He like, you gotta get get behind one master. I said, nah. You might. I don't. If you look at it that way, then hell, you might as well go ahead and be back on the plantation, brother. And I don't mean no disrespect, but hell, that's the way it sounded to me. No, I ain't got no master. Period. You know? I tell you, man, you know, when we start taking action on the things that we talk about in terms of planning and implementing and doing some real implementations, then call me back when you're ready. You know? Because right now, all it is just jive talking to me. The same old jive talking we've been hearing for decades from the Republicans and the Democrats. That's all I've been hearing. I ain't been hearing anything more other than that. You know? And they talk, the same talking points come around because no one ever does anything about it. Joblessness, homelessness, you know, they don't talk about pregnancy rate among single black women who, especially the ones that are under 18. They don't talk about a lot of that stuff, you know, but then nothing's done about it either. Churches won't even tackle it. You know, so until we start implementing the talking points that we talk about, then all it is just that. Talk. And talking and job. That's it. This is DJ Wolf. I'm out.